Alright, we arrived in Augusta, Maine. This is what we're picking up, the two sleds.
If I were you, I'd keep that red one, that's it. I like that red. That's good. Yeah. So that red one is fun. I think that one, when we got that little bit of snow, I just tested it out. Get up over the hill and that thing fucking comes right up with the problem. Because that one's clutched, geared, and whatnot. It's a fun one. I'm so excited to keep it up.
What is going on, guys? So we're in the shop right now. That's my buddy's sled that I just did a bunch of bogey wheels and ball joints and everything too. So this is a sled I picked up. Well, I picked up both of them. So this is I think an 05 Renegade, no, MXZ Adrenaline. And somebody put the rail extensions on it, the tunnel extender thing, bar riser. So basically they turned it into like a off-trail sled. So we're gonna go through this thing, top to bottom, front to back, up and down, left and right, everything, and figure out what it needs. Probably start with the front end and then go from there. It does start up really nice, like second pull. Thing does have high mileage, but it's more of a beater backup sled for me. So let's get to it. So this front end is probably the worst front end I've ever seen. Let's see. That moves up top there. This one moves right there. This one loose right there. Ball joint's bad. This is typical Rev. These bushings in here are bad, which makes the ski go side to side. Sway bar link's bad, and all the A-arm bushings on this side, bad. This side, put the light in there. See if you guys see something. Bad. That one has a little bit of play in it, so does that one. This ball joint, bad. Ski wobbles. And both of these boots are coming off. So it basically needs an entire front end bushings and everything. Steering wise, so hard one-handed. If you look right there, can't really see it that good, but that's way too much play. And then up here, same thing in that bushing. So this front end is smoked, and also for some reason somebody took out the ski rubbers, and that's like, that's way too much play. I don't like that. So it needs those. Well, time to call the Ski-Doo dealer. So now I just gotta, I looked at the track already. All the bogey wheels are, like hold this flashlight in here. All the bogey wheels are good. And then the high fax is okay. I get one season out of it. The track, same with that. It's coming apart in some areas. You can't really see it on this side because, of course, I parked it on the good side, but track probably get one season out of. But other than that, just grease it. I gotta check the motor mounts and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the carbides on the skis are garbage, but I'm getting rid of those stock cheese anyways because those suck. Other than that, probably $500 or so in parts. Probably good. This is busted. That one's gone. That one's ripped. That one's gone. And I gotta figure out why it's covered in oil under here. There's so much oil everywhere. It's on everything. I'm still gonna check the brakes, which look gone. This thing was not maintained, I can tell you that right now. I think it was a racing sled. I know nothing about it, but From the side, it looked like somebody was doing like point to point or hill climb or something like that. But at least she starts up second pole. It's the only thing it's got going for it right now. And we're supposed to get snow, let's see, today's Thursday. So Saturday night. So this thing is not going out Saturday night. Well, I'm gonna take it out anyways to see how it goes, but that's why I got my new sled. This is just a backup. So keep checking her out and I'll let you guys know. Alrighty, so a little update here on the loose front end. So, the shock was loose, but that bolt was loose. That bolt was loose. That bolt was loose. Both those two bottom ones are tight. Now, both the A-arms and the shocks don't move on both sides. So it wasn't the bushings. On this side, that bottom one right there was super loose. Just because the bolt was barely in it. Tighten that up. Where's my light? The light. Yeah. Give you a secret here on these because they. Alright, so secret with those. They don't like to stay in here. And you can't get a wrench on it, so you do just take a big flathead screwdriver like this one. This one's like huge. And what you do is you take it and you just shove it in there. And basically what it does is it just tightens up that spot, the flat side of the bolt. It goes on the flat side of the screwdriver and allows you to tighten that. So that bolt is loose. This bolt right here, loose, loose, loose. And the shock was tight. So now the whole front end is tight, A-arm wise and shock wise, but everything's still floppy in the steering department. But at least that saves me a hassle of ripping the entire front end out of this thing. This thing was definitely wrecked before. It just like pulled out rivets. This ain't even attached. There's a giant hole right here in the plastic where somebody put aluminum in it. The whole hood's ripped off. This thing is a piece. The other thing I noticed is when I jack the front end up, got the back end up, the track has way too much play in it. So, the only thing in the track that I really found, I might replace the high faxes, I'm not sure. I might get one season out of them. I'm not going to ride this sled that much. These bearings and these idler wheels are garbage, but the idler wheels I took off that one have good bearings in them. Just the wheels are bad. So, that's it for that right now. Yeah, the brakes are shot on it and it is covered in oil. I feel like they missed and just dumped the oil in the engine bay. I'm not sure what that is, so it needs a good cleaning. But so far, it's okay. So one other thing I forgot to show you. People, you need to clean these. It's like milky nastiness and there's crap ton of metal. Change your chain case every year. There's a drain hole in the bottom. You can do it in your yard and it's like $15 for a bottle of fluid. It's not that hard. It saves you a lot of money. Thank you. So I just greased the whole track. There's about like 6 or 7 fittings on all the arms. But this is a prime example of why you inspect your stuff before season. So that's the adjuster screw for the track right here. That one isn't in at all. It's basically just pushed up against the tube. So that's not right. If you look at this one, see how it goes in the tube? So that could cause you to break down or something. We don't want that. So it's why it's a good thing to check all your everything, you know. So we'll figure out what's going on with that and get that squared away. Hopefully I can get this tight track and tighten up a little bit more. Still a little loose to my liking, but yep. So the 2 fluids I'm going to change is the brake fluid because who knows when that's been done last and the brakes feel like crap. So as you can look in there, it's nasty, just as like the color. Brown. So I use one of these always on these 2 screws because they always strip out if you're not using an impact driver thing. You hit it with the hammer and they come right out, and then boom, done. You don't wreck the screw heads, and it's super simple. Just get you one of these. This is this one if you guys want a part number or something. And the other thing I'm going to change right now is that, but we're going to start with this first. I'm just going to take a towel, stick it in there, get all that stuff out, fill it up with new, and bleed it all out down there from the bleed screw. But I don't have any DOT4. I might use DOT3, but probably just going to order 4. So I'm going to do the chain case and then resume back on this. Now, brake fluid is supposed to be clear. That is nasty. Alright, so to change the chain case fluid, it's pretty simple. Find your chain case, jack it up, and on this one, there's a little hole right here. And it's a T30 Torx. And you put it in it. There we go. And break it free, and then just drain it out, put your screw back in, and then top it off with your dipstick tube up there. So I need 2 hands for this, so we'll be right back. So it just comes out like that, and as you can see, that is absolutely disgusting. And then to help the flow, just pull the dipstick out there. And then just let that drain out until it's basically like an oil change. Let it drain out, put the plug back in, and then we'll top it back off. So another thing to check on these, and you can't see it. Hold on. Alright, round 2. Another thing to check on these is your chain case tension. Basically, you just pull this cotter pin out and you just tighten this by hand, and then once it gets snug, you basically back it off until that cotter pin goes back in, and that's really about that. So once these 2 things are done, I just ordered an entire list of parts from Ski-Doo, so all that stuff's going in, but that'll be for another episode. So yeah. Look who finally decided to show up.
Welcome.
What are you doing down here?
Doing a little grease action.
Greasing, yep. So this one, we kind of went through it all. It's in very good condition compared to mine. It just needs 1 lower A-arm bushing, the spindle bushings, high faxes, and the torsion bar pieces. So everything mine needs, but less. And that's just giving it a once over. We're going to change the chain case oil, grease it all up, pull the carbs out of it, basically do a tune-up. But we don't really show you much of that because I showed it to you on my sled already. So that's where we're at. Right, Skippy?
You know what?
You want to trade sleds now?
No.
Alright. Well, we got this one running pretty good. So we got big plans for this sled. It's going to not look like this. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. And hope you liked it. Subscribe and stay tuned for the build on this yellow sled and maybe my sled. I'm not sure what we're doing with it, but this one definitely. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.